So there's Elf Tribal, there's Giant Tribal, there's Angel Tribal, but there's one tribal no one seems to be talking about, and that's Legendary Tribal. Cue the intro, let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel today, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. In today's video, we have an ABZAN list for you, and this one is going to be all about Legendary Tribal. I know it sounds weird, but it's a really fun deck to play, and it has a really cool concept behind it. So I can't wait to break this thing down and talk about it a little bit and the idea I had behind it while building this deck. But really quickly, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I just asked before the video starts, if you don't mind doing so for me. It's a quick and easy way to support the channel. It's free for you to do, and it helps the channel grow and get out to more eyes and more audience. So I'd really appreciate that. It would mean the world to me. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll be notified every time we post a video, which is 2 to 3 times a week. And it's lately has been 3 times a week. We're really trying to grind it out for you guys. And then one last piece of information before we get started is we just made the change from Twitch streaming every single Wednesday night to now we're over on YouTube. Some of you guys have already made the journey on over to the YouTube page this last Wednesday, and I want to say thank you so much. It went off without a hitch, and you guys blew it up, so I really appreciate it. It went way better than I thought it would. I've been streaming on Twitch for so long with 1 to 2 viewers every single time, and we were upwards to holding 15 viewers the entire time. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So if you guys are all interested in that, I will be going live again this Wednesday, and I really do appreciate it. We have a lot of ranking to get back though from yesterday's stream. I do apologize. We went through quite a few losses here, but I think we found something here, and we built this deck, and it's produced some really amazing results. And so let's go ahead and jump into it and talk about it. So to start it off, Kaya the Inexorable. If you don't already know and you're new to this channel, I love Kaya. It was one of the first cards that I put into a deck as soon as KALDHEIM came out. It was one of the first cards I wanted to play, and it worked really well for us. So I wanted to go back to it, Old Faithful, and the ultimate ability is what I want to focus on. So Kaya's ultimate ability says, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a legendary spell from your hand, your graveyard, or any cards from among the exile without paying their mana cost. So that's an emblem you get. So every single time you get a turn, you get to play a legendary creature that's already gone, whether it's been exiled or not, or just killed. So you get to keep replaying it. You can even replay Kaya because it's a legendary. So I thought to myself, let's just cram this deck with a ton of legendaries, and that's what we did, and it paid off. It paid off big time. So let's talk about some of those legendary creatures. So I thought right away with Kaya, we want to try to get to the ultimate. That's kind of the ultimate goal of getting Kaya on the battlefield. Is we want to ultimate, right? We want to be able to use its ability to cast multiple legendaries, right? So starting it off, I threw in a couple of Vorinclexes. That's because if we can get Vorinclex down on the battlefield before a Kaya, we can actually get to Kaya's ultimate right away, which is huge. So Vorinclex is a really cool legendary creature that allows us to get there quicker. I also built this in a Yorion shell, if you can't already tell. And the reason we went with the Yorion shell is because Yorion itself is actually a legendary creature. So the synergies are there with that as well. And we threw in 3 extra copies because we have a lot of bounceable things. And then next we have 3 Rankles, 3 Toskis, and 4 questing beasts, all in the 4-drop slot. Now I thought this might have been a little bit heavy for all in the 4-drop slot. This whole deck actually has a pretty high CMC, which is converted mana cost. So we got off to fairly slow starts, but if I click up here on my arena statistics though, we actually played 14 games with this deck. We are only going to see a small sample of them, but we went 11-3, 78% win rate. And if I click on that even further, we were on the draw 9 times out of those plays, and on 9 of those times we had an 87% win rate. So even though we're slow, we still were able to get the job done. This deck oddly works really well, even though we get off to that slow start. We even ran into mono red a few times. It didn't seem to be an issue, but I just wanted to address that now because we do have a lot of 4-drop slots taken up here and not a whole lot of early game on the small side, but it seems to work out pretty good. So with these creatures, Rankle, I'm sure you all know what Rankle does by now, but you got 3 options to do. You can discard a card with your opponent, you can each draw a card and lose a life, or you can both sacrifice a creature. So there's a lot of utility there in Rankle. The fact that it has haste as well is huge. If you notice, a lot of my creatures here, Rankle, Questing Beast, and Vorinclex all have haste. So we're actually, once we get these creatures down, we start hammering away. It can catch our opponent off guard really quickly. And I did want to have some hasty creatures because of Toski. Toski's another legendary creature. It's a new card. It's a squirrel, and it's pretty sweet. It can't be countered. It's indestructible. And every time one of our creatures deals damage to our opponent, we get to draw a card. That's incredible. Especially if we get Toski down just as a blocker against, a fast deck, just repetitively, blocking something that's big, chump blocking over and over again. And then we come over the top with some hasty creatures to draw some cards. The value is there, which is awesome. You all know Questing Beast by now. No need to really dive into this one too much. It's another hasty 4/4, and it has a lot of text there. Vigilance, Death Touch, haste, hits planeswalkers when you don't even really hit them. Just another great legendary card that if Kaya is able to ultimate, we get back repeatedly. And I mean, I don't want to deal with unlimited Questing Beasts. I don't know about you. So in our removal game here, we have 3 Binding of the Old Gods, which can be bounced by Yorion, Elspeth's Nightmare, which can be bounced by Yorion, and ECD, which can also be bounced. And then we have Extinction Event as our choice of board sweeper. I think Extinction Event right now is the best board sweeper. I know Doomscar is pretty awesome if you get it early on and you can foretell it, but I don't know why I've just been having a lot more luck with Extinction Event, especially because a lot of these creatures, they have ways to come back from the graveyard. In this meta currently, there's a lot of Rakdos going on, so Extinction Event is really good. And then early game, we have 3 Bloodchief's Thirst. We can also hit Planeswalkers with this. We have some card advantage with Mazemind Tome, and then Skyclave Apparition. Both of these cards also can be bounced, so that's why we have them in the deck. So there's a lot of synergies here. This deck works oddly well with this, with all of its parts together. Again, I thought it might have been a problem because we were going to get off to such a slow start with this deck, but with everything being legendary and having so much text on all these cards, there's just so much value we're gaining in every single play. It's really hard for our opponent to keep up, and especially if we can keep the board clear with these Extinction Events and Nightmares and just keep bouncing them over and over. Our opponent's going to have a hard time killing us, which is nice. And this deck works, like I said, a lot more smoothly than you would expect. The land bases, as you see here, we have 3 Castle Locthwains and then all of our, Triomes and dual lands. The list down below in the description will have the full deck list. If you just copy that, import it into the Magic the Gathering Arena, you will be able to see this entire deck. So we won't go into the lands too much, but that's it. That's a wrap on the deck breakdown. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay footage now, and it's a lot of fun, so be sure to stick through it all, and then we'll come back here for some final thoughts on the deck and how we thought it played. We'll see you guys at the end. Peace. All right, here we go. We're going to be playing a legendary tribal deck that I kind of threw together here quickly. It's going to be running Kaya the Inexorable, and it runs a ton of legendaries, so the idea is hopefully we can ultimate Kaya once or twice to get some of these legendaries to become reoccurring threats. This is a pretty solid hand. I like this hand. Not bad. Got a Triome to start it off with. You can never go wrong with that. Into a Tome. I almost call it a Trome. All right, we're up against probably poison counters, I'm sure. This is a Death Touch tribal deck. It has Agadeem's Awakening. Pretty good chance we're up against a new version with the poison counters. Extinction Event going to be very clutch here. Let's go Mazemind Tome here, and then we have Elspeth's Nightmare on curve. That's really nice. I think I'm going to save the Mazemind Tome here as much as I possibly can to get some card draw out of it. I don't think I need a scry here. I've got a pretty solid hand, so no need to rush this. This has a boast ability? Okay, so target player searches their library for a card, then shuffles it. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good boast ability. So that's a 3-drop. So Extinction Event hits all of these. I can't allow that, though, to continue being on the battlefield. So we're going to Elspeth's Nightmare that. That's too much card value there. And we'll go ahead and end our turn, and then we'll hit their hand next. Hopefully grabbing something decent. Maybe like something pretty powerful. I can't think of like what kind of non-creature spell they'd be running that would be super valuable to them. But I'm sure there's something there. Odd, odd, odd. Oh, they are about to have a very bad day when this Extinction Event hits. Very, very bad day. And we get the card in their hand probably. Yes, we do. All right. Feels bad. I think this pretty much seals the deal. And that's kind of the problem with the Death Touch tribal that I've run into myself, is it kind of runs out of gas pretty fast. If your creatures are, you know, taken care of off the board and the board state is you know, we remove them, not much they can do, not a whole lot of juice left in the hand. But GG's, and on to the next one. All right, off to a good start. I can dig it. I can dig it. Out of water now. Hopefully my throat doesn't go crazy. I hope you guys enjoy this deck though. It's a lot of fun, man. It's different. I like the idea of you know, tribaling up all the legendary things I can find. I hope Kaya gets to go off though. That would be the best part about this deck, is if Kaya could go off. 2 Questing Beasts and a Rankle, pretty good. That's a pretty fast deck, or pretty fast hand. But they're all 4 drops, so makes it a little tricky. We go first though. I can't pass this up though. Our land is too good here. Land is way too good. Triome down. I'm guessing USA flag. Let's see. Mono red. That could be bad. Mono red could be bad. We don't have any removal in hand. Okay, it's not mono red. They are on, I don't know, maybe some ramp. We'll see. We're going to go ahead and just drop another Triumph, say go. Not much we can do here. Maybe I should take a look at this deck's curve. Maybe that could be something that maybe could be improved on, is maybe the curve. All right, so they're running Shapeshifters. Okay. Interesting. Let's definitely get into their hand here. I guess there's really no other choice for us. It's pretty good that we have an Elspeth's Nightmare. We can kind of find out what they're doing. They're up to some trickery. Let's find out. So it is a Shapeshifter deck, so they might have some sort of like tribe that they're trying to do, like an Elves deck or something. But Elves typically run, you know, Golgari. There's just too many good things for Elves and Golgari, so I don't know what it is they're trying to accomplish, but we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and have them discard a card, because we do have 2 Questing Beasts. We don't really need 2 of them. Don't need 2 Questing Beasts. Plus, we can get them back if we get a Kaya. Another Shapeshifter. Whenever you cast an instant source of targets. Okay. Wow, create a token. Wow, that's pretty good. Wow, I've never played against that card before. That's actually pretty sweet. What are the odds? Like, that is such a niche though. Like, to be able to have a card that's basically says whenever it's discarded from your hand by your opponent, like, that's so like situational. Of course we had the card that plays right into it, you know what I'm saying? All right, we found a Yorion. Another Shapeshifter. Interesting. I'm waiting for like what they want these Shapeshifters to be, you know what I'm saying? Serpent. All right, we got some answers. We got some answers. So they're running the new Serpent. Oh, we can't take it because it's a token. Let's go and grab this then. So they're running the new Serpent. That's unfortunate because that's a really good card. That's hard to deal with. That's for sure. It's weird, man. It almost seems like every time I play against a deck where I need like a lot of removal, we can never find it, and then it's vice versa the other way around. It's like I don't need a lot of removal, we're up against control, and then we just get flooded with removal spells like Extinction Event. Weird. They're using my Rankle against me though pretty well. They go Serpent again. I think that the Serpent I'm talking about costs 6 to come out, so they need 1 more land here. They're hitting me for 3 again. They're probably going to make me sacrifice a creature. It would be more beneficial to them that I do. They get a 3/3 back. Yeah, they do. Okay, so we're discarding and we're drawing. All right, they drop a land. We get a Rankle. Good, 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 good. We can combat with their Rankle here, which is nice. ECD. Can I hit that? That's a non-token. Exile target permanent and opponent controls. Okay, so it would actually hit the token, I think. So, and we have plenty of targets in the graveyard that we want to get back. This doesn't say non-token permanent, so. Taking the Rankle. Taking my own card they're using against me thanks to that Changeling. Such a good card, man. Like, for this matchup, what a good card for them to have there. That did work for them, man. That did some really good work for them. But I think we're stabilizing now. We got a lot of good stuff in the hand here. Opponent's down to 2 cards. If they have the Serpent, though, we're kind of screwed. I can't lie. I think we got to hit that last card in their hand just in case it is that Serpent. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Even? Okay. Things change. I'm willing to take care of the board. Need to take care of the board here. Even is the number we're going for. Evens. Gone. And I wish I could buy the Yorion here, but it's fine. Our ECD goes off this turn. What do we want to get back here? Questing Beast, probably? Questing Beast. +1 loyalty. And then Rankle can come in. A lot of hasters, man. A lot of hasty creatures here. It's going to be hard to deal with. And Questing Beast has Vigilance, so we're okay with attacking all here. Because it can block still for the next turn. They're highlighting some stuff here. Not good. Alright. You may have shapeshifters you control become copy of that creature till the end of turn. This is a very weird deck. I like it though. Shapeshifter tribal, huh? I'm a fan though. That was a cool deck. GG. But yeah, that was just a I don't know. That was a weird one. That was a weird. I don't know what to say about that one. That was just a weird one. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Let's go. All right, still no Kaya ultimate yet. Still no Kaya at all. That would be nice to get Kaya into the mix here. Get like a Lovestruck Beast down and then follow it up with the Kaya, putting a counter on it. That would be pretty fire. All right, again, we got a crap ton of removal. If we're up against the control deck, though, we don't have a good hand. Elspeth's Nightmare could still be good, I guess. We could hit their hand, but I don't know. This is a great hand. I'm keeping it. Like, there's no doubt I'm keeping it, because if we do actually end up running into a creature deck here, we dominate. So we'll see. They're running sleeves that look like maybe they're, you know, a mage who likes to run Is It or something of that nature. Their name's Gryffindor too, so you know they're a crafty mage. This is definitely going to be a control deck. If they ever decide if they want to keep their hand or not, that is. All right, there we go. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it is mono red. It's an aggressive deck. Okay, we might be all right. Depending on how aggressive it is, that is, though, because if they're super aggressive here with a bunch of 1-drops, we gotta move here. All right, we got a Robber of the Rich hitting us for a land. That's not bad. Perfect draw. Okay, perfect. Bloodchief's Thirst, you're down. ECD on, I'm sorry, the Elspeth's Nightmare comes next. And then we just, I think, start taking control from there. We should be able to hit an Embercleave or something out of their hand, I'm sure, with the Elspeth's Nightmare. And they won't be able to cast it, I don't think. They're down to 3 mana here. Okay, they could cast it now if they have a land in hand. We'll find out. We do need a fast land, though. I just realized we need a fast land. I don't know why I didn't play that last turn. That was a mistake on my end. Good thing we hit a fast land, because that could have been tragic. I deserve to honestly probably lose because of that. I actually didn't even wasn't even paying attention there. I'm like, wow, should have played the Triumph. Another charger, I'm sorry, not another charger, but a charger comes down. That's fine. Wow, they are really going for it. Really going for it. And we find another fast land. Really paid off here. Okay. Really paid off here. Thank goodness. And then we have a binding here to hit the giant. All right, perfect. All right, binding comes down. We hit the giant. Hopefully they don't find the land, because if they do, then the Torbrand. I guess the Torbrand's not the end of the world. We could play Kaya and just exile it. So we have more removal here, and we can also hit it with an Elspeth Nightmare, which is great. Yeah, we're gonna hit it with the Elspeth Nightmare, and I think they're just gonna quit. Most likely. Most likely they're probably just gonna quit. And we get to hit their hand again, so can't imagine they're too happy with us right now. Let's just buy Yorion. We might be able to bounce the Elspeth's Nightmare next turn. I'm not in any rush to get any card advantage here. It does gain us life having the Mazemind Tome, but I think we're fine here. Nice. Okay, we found a Bloodchief's Thirst. That's pretty good. We'll be taking that, and we can hit this because it doesn't create a 1/1 token, does it? Oh, it's whenever any creature. I thought it was only red creatures, but that's fine. That's fine. 2 1/1s, not the worst. Not the worst. And then Kaya comes down next turn. We start exiling things with their minus. I wonder if they're gonna attack. They don't attack. Okay. Oh, we find another Yorion too. That's pretty good. Could bounce to the Elspeth's Nightmare again. I always like to call it ECD because they're both Elspeth. All right, it's a land in hand. Fair enough. Jebaited me. Part of me just wants to plus this though. Yeah, I'm just gonna plus this. I don't think there's any need to -3 on a 1/1 token. In case anything happens to Yorion. Kaya's online now. That's the whole goal. That was the whole goal, is to get Kaya online. Hopefully ultimating it. Let's see if they let us though. Good chance that they're not even gonna let us. Oh, Raid Bombardment. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a lot of damage right there. They don't attack though. Interesting. No, you gotta let us do the thing. You know what I'm saying? The thing. We have a thing we're trying to do, man. Mono Red never lets you do your thing, you know? They always get upset. And Kaya could have exiled this too, which would have been nice. That's what I was just kind of double checking on. It's any permanent, so GG's, I guess. All right, here we go. We're up against William G. Man, I'm stuttering a lot today. I apologize. My speech is not there today. All right, this is a very high CMC costed hand, but we go first, and we have a binding to get us some more land. I'm gonna keep this. I am begging to just get absolutely destroyed because I kept this hand, but let's find out. I'm asking for it, man. I'm asking to get just smacked. Up against some snow red, huh? Oh, okay. So I've seen some red here that had the Faceless Haven in it, so let's hope that's not this deck, because that deck was pretty sweet, and it does some serious damage. All right, Robber of the Rich, hopefully don't hit a land. All right, cool, they hit a Kaya. We don't need that. We need land. All right, beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, we're so far behind, though. We are so far behind. Got to hit the Binding of the Old Gods on the Robber of the Rich here, and then I don't know, man. We got to get into it. Okay, we're gonna hit that instead now. They hit an ECD. Okay, two things that I don't necessarily need that badly. This needs to be green. Binding Old Gods. Kill the Bone Crusher. I'm glad they didn't go face with the 2 stomp there. That would have been more mana efficient for them, or they would have got more value out of it, that is. Castle Embereth, not good. Oh, Torbrand, also not good. They might be too fast here for us. We need to find Extinction Event or bust here. Maybe. Can't play it, actually, so yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. We swing here, right? Yeah, we swing here. He's got Vigilance. So we block the Torbrand. We take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's lethal. We die. They have Castle Embereth. They have now Phoenix to the Ash. Good game, good sir. Good game. It's unfortunate. They were just too fast for us. We weren't able to find like those things we needed. We needed things like Extinction Event and whatnot. So we'll take the L on that one. All right, here we go. We took our first L up against mono red. I had a feeling as soon as I saw it Snowland, it was going to be tough. Like I said, I've seen a lot of those decks where they have the Snowlands and the mono red, and they put Faceless Haven in it. That's pretty good, man. It's a very strong deck. It's a good supplement to mono red. Unfortunately, it got some more tools. But here we are. We are doing okay. Doing okay. We keep drawing too many high CMC things, though, man. I wish we could. I would like to see Toski too, man. Toski would be a good card to see in this game soon. I just think our curve might be a little too high. We might have to make some adjustments to the deck at the end of the video here. We'll talk about it, I'm sure. I like the way it feels, though. I mean, we're winning games. I can't complain too much. We're winning games with it, so. Unlike yesterday, we were just getting smashed every single game. All right, so is it control? Is it tempo? I'm sure. Do we drop the planes for the Yorion? No, I don't think so. We have nothing good that bounces here, so I guess we have Binding of the Old Gods bounces, but I don't think there's going to be a target for it, really. Goldspan Dragon, maybe, but that's probably their only real creature threat. They foretell again. Could be saw it coming, which would be pretty bad. So I'm happy with running our questing beast into a saw it coming. I'm cool with that. We have another one, so. Essentially, if they do counter it, it would be 4 mana for 4 mana, so I'm down with that trade, even trade. They foretell it for 2, play for 2. But it looks like it's probably Behold the Multiverse. Yep, it is. Sure is. They're really going for it here on the draws. They have everything they need, I'm sure. They just top decked 2 cards they needed there, so I'm sure one of them was a Mountain. And then Goldspan Dragon, I'm sure. So I'm willing to bet they have both. And Goldspan Dragon costs what? 5 or 6? It costs 5, right? I think it costs 5. I hope it costs 5, because then the Extinction Event hits it without hitting our questing beast. But I think they're debating on whether or not to play it because they need a foretell a counter spell to protect it. And so I think that's what they just decided to do. They probably just put Saw It Coming there on the side, and they're hoping to protect it when it comes out next turn. 4, 5, 6. So we don't have enough to play Vorinclex next turn. Hopefully we can find a Kaya off the top. That'd be nice. Get Kaya going again. No. Nope, it's not a Kaya. I will play it though. I want to get into their hand here. I want to see what they're up to. It's a really good way too to test the waters on that counterspell. They're looking at it. They want to. Yep, there it is. I'm fine with that all day. All day I'll take that because I'm sure you're playing Goldspan, and I want to be able to kill it if it comes down. So. Can we kill it though? That's the question. We have ways to do so, but if it gets countered, they did have another land here. Okay, they don't play it yet. Still, wow. All right, they didn't foretell. I don't see why they wouldn't foretell a Saw It Coming if they had it. That would just be bad use of mana, I think, right? I mean, I guess maybe not. I guess playing it for 3 is probably cheaper than foretelling it and playing it for 2. But I feel like they don't have it. It's just a feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's just a feeling. They have it. They have it. I feel like they would have maybe played it though. They would have snapped on this pretty quickly. But the fact that it's taking them so long, maybe they don't have it. Maybe they're like, they don't have it. Wow. Could have a bounce effect though, for sure. Like Into the Royal or something. Brazen Borrower. Easily could be a Brazen Borrower. Okay, they're gonna stomp it 3 times? Is that what they're about to do? No way. That's fine. That's fine. Well, that's a huge waste of card advantage, so I will take that all day. They had to use 3 cards to get rid of that thing. Not a fair trade. I think we got the better of that trade there. And both Bone Crusher Giants are odd, so Extinction Event hits them both, and we can get through with the Questing Beast. So that feels pretty good. Play the other giant. Do it, do it. No, they foretell. There's Assault coming right there. All right, well, how do we get the most efficiency out of this? Because I don't want this to get Assault coming. Let's go with, I don't want that to get hit either. I think I'd rather see this get hit, but we're gonna take 2. It is what it is. It is what it is. I think that's a good counter if our opponent wants to counter it. They have to counter it. I'm fine with losing that card, so. And if they want to block this, that's fine too. I have another one. All right, perfect. I think we're pulling ahead here. I know that might seem weird, but I do think we're pulling ahead here because we have another Questing Beast. ECD gets us back something from the graveyard, and we're making our opponent eat up a lot of these counter spells. So we're gonna go for the ECD now. I'm gonna again bank on them not having this. It's not exactly like the best plan, just kind of like banking on them not having it, but I have a pretty good feeling. Because if you've noticed their play patterns, they've foretold the Assault coming every time they've had it. So I don't typically, if I have you know, Assault coming, I don't typically always foretell it. If I have more mana, I won't foretell it just for that reason. Just to kind of jabait my opponent into playing their cards. All right, they swing knowing that we have Questing Beasts and things with haste. Okay. We will hit that. Ah, shoot. I guess, yeah. Let's hit that, and then we can buy Yorion. I just can't let that get too far out of hand here. Even though we have Extinction Event, we're going to get back a Vorinclex here. But if we get back the Vorinclex on this next turn, I guess it depends on how these trigger. I think the saga might end. I hope not. Like the binding, but I hope not. Let's find out. Because ECD is triggering first, which means it could trigger both bindings here. Hopefully not. Alright, cool. It did not. So I can actually bounce it. Let's just see here what happens if I do this. Faceless Haven, I guess. Oh, they didn't even pull their Faceless Haven out to block. Wow. I was gonna say the Faceless Haven could have blocked that. I also could have threw down the Lovestruck. I'm sorry, I keep calling it Lovestruck. The Questing Beast. I could have threw that down too to attack with it, which was probably the better idea. But I also really wanted to just bounce the binding on the Shark. I had a lot of options there. I feel like we were pretty far ahead there, so that'll work. All right, here we go. Up against Archangel. Could be an Angel deck, you never know. I always find it funny when people play decks that kind of match their name. It's like kind of just showing your cards, you know, to me before we even start. I always find that kind of funny. Like the sleeves match. I kind of do that too with the sleeves, but it's kind of a bad practice if you think about it. All right, we do have Toski this time. That's cool. Want to give Toski a try here. All right, so we've got the Triome into some Elspeth's Nightmare. I don't see a companion, so thank goodness for that, because it probably would have been Rogues if it was a companion. I like our hand. We're keeping our hand. It's not the best, but we're gonna keep it. All of our legendaries are 4-drops. That's the toughest part about this deck, is that all of our legendaries kind of fall in the same spot. So many good legendaries though. If only we can get that Kaya to trigger, man. It would be nice. All right, up against a Gruul deck, okay. So we have tools to get rid of creatures. That's nice. Brushfire Elemental, nothing, huh? Okay. You've got me curious. Typically, Gruul has something on the field at this point. I like that land. That's pretty clean. Okay, so we're not all the way Gruul, huh? Okay. So, oh, they're gonna run Tybalt. This is a Jund Tybalt deck, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, this is probably Jund Tybalt. That's cool. Let's go with White Source and Elspeth's Nightmare. Let's get into their hand, and I'm sure by the time we trigger the Elspeth's Nightmare's third saga to exile their graveyard, it's gonna actually hit some really good stuff. I'm sure they're gonna play some things here. Timurit Calls the Dead. They might even find themselves a Kroxa, and then we're gonna exile the graveyard right on time. Hopefully. That's the dream. Binding of the Old Gods. They do not want me to do that. In that case, we're gonna do it again. Gonna do it again. Can't stop me. Can't stop this. They get a little bit of ramp. Did we didn't even get to hit their hand, did we? No, we didn't. All right, so we can actually ECD now. That's nice. All right, so they are kind of like a control-y deck. Let's go with ECD's not smart, huh? You know what is kind of smart, I think? No, that's gonna get stomped. That's not smart. Don't be silly. I do need to get rid of this. I need to get rid of their Nightmare. Their Nightmare's gonna hit my Kaya, and I can't have that. Strictly for content reasons, I gotta have Kaya resolve. Strictly for content. And that's it. Binding of the Titans. Nice. We're gonna hit your graveyard. That wasn't smart. They forgot about my Nightmare. Yikes. Big errors. Alright, what's really nice here is I can play the Toski, and then I can put a Kaya down after that.
I can see I'm not wanted.
Yeah, that wasn't the best play that they've ever made, I'm sure. Toski down. Binding of the Titans milling themselves. I'm like, man, they are gonna find something here. And they found, what was that, 2 Kroxas? Big yikes. They get to eat my graveyard, which is kind of nice for them. What did they find? ECD and what else? Okay. That's fine. We have a blocker all day long. Can't do anything about it. And you just open up the field for me to attack and draw a card, unless, of course, you want to play that other giant. Is that what we want to do? It is. Okay, so they're going to stomp me first. Oh, no, they don't have another red source. Come on, my guy. They are making all kinds of misplays. Feel a little bad for them. I mean, I make a lot of misplays too, but sheesh. All right, looks like we might be coming up on the last game potentially. So far, I mean, we went through a lot of games here. How many games have we even played? I think we played like 6 games, and we've only dropped 1. So I'm pretty happy with where we are right now. Seems like we've been getting a lot of nightmares, which is nice. Seems like it's been kind of the MVP of the deck, honestly. I was a little bit against running 4 of these, but the fact that we have Yorion and the meta that we're in with a lot of graveyard stuff, I thought it was pretty cool, but I didn't know it'd perform this well. All right, Castle's got to go down first so we can get the tap out of the way. Found a Mazemind Tome, that's good. Love getting Mazemind Tome right away so we can get a nice curve going. Up against snow? Wait, some snow, some not snow? All right, yeah, we gotta get rid of that. That cannot stay on the battlefield. We need to find another green source so that the questing beast can be played. Shout out to all of you who are still here with me on this video. I do appreciate it so much. Thank you all for supporting the channel in the way that you do. It means the world to me. All right, binding is good. Binding is good. We have a creature deck here, so binding can definitely pull some of its weight here. Finding a second green source too. All right, we're gonna play this for a green and hit the. I think we're gonna hit the spirit because the spirit gets continued value here if they play 2 spells. This is pretty much just a 2/2 at the moment. We'll eventually get it and it'll be fine. Unless, of course, they're running some Yorion in their deck, but I doubt it. Okay. So we're gonna have to bind that, that's for sure. Yeah, I think we pretty much got him here. Our value's really ramping up here. We've got 4 cards to their 2, and we're gonna be able to hit their their apparition again next turn with the Elspeth's Nightmare. Now that we got rid of the Anthem. Oh, but they find a savior, which it doesn't actually save them from Extinction Event. Yeah, this could be a quick one. Another quick game. So we might actually be able to get another one in. Because I'm sure when I hit this ECD, they're not going to be happy. Or, I'm sorry. I keep using the wrong acronyms. Why do I keep saying that? Extinction Event, not ECD. Hit this for odd. Hit it for odd. Add a little salt on their day. You know what I'm saying? And we can block this. It does have double strike, so we will die, but I'm willing to make that trade all day. Toski. Mazemind Tome. And let's get in there, see what they do. Do we got a block here? No, we don't. So they're gonna give me a card draw. I'll take that. Toski coming in finally. Finally getting able to play, be able to play it and get some value out of it. What a good card. And it has indestructibility, so we can block. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Toski's gone. Yep. I figured. But Kaya can still play things from exile, which is nutty. Let's go ahead and scry here. I guess Yorion's actually pretty good because we can bounce the Elspeth's Nightmare. Sure. Sure thing, man. Take the Toski back to the to our exile, where it's still playable. Might I remind? And we can go either. I think I'm gonna draw a card here. I don't really want to play the Questing Beast on this turn. I think that we got plenty of value on the battlefield for blockers and attacking. So let's draw a card, get some value going, and then we'll bounce the Nightmare next turn and kill whatever it is they play, or we can kill their Blade Master. Either or, feels good to me. Feels good to me. I feel like we've got them locked out, right? All right, that's a pretty good find, actually. Protects their Blade Master, at least. Oh, no, we found another one, though. Found another one. So I guess we'll just rinse, repeat. Same thing, huh? Selfless Savior goes down. You never know, though. You always got to try. Always try to make them to create a mistake. So they have indestructibility here, so swinging in with the 2/2 is just asking to die. So let's go ahead and swing in here, and they do block. And we can buy this? Yeah, we can buy this, nice. So now they know we have a Yorion though, so that's something. Something to look out for. They know that we have it. They don't know we have 2 Questing Beasts though, and they can't block the Questing Beast yet. This game didn't go by as fast as I thought, though. They're hanging in there. They really want to win this one, so. Nice. I'm still definitely going to make that block. I can't take 4. There's no way. There goes your graveyard. I hope you didn't need that. I doubt you did, but. Bounce, bounce. Not that I think that worries you, because you definitely knew that was in my hand. You would have quit already if it did worry you. And there goes your Blade Master, and my battlefield has filled up quite a bit. So let's see what they top deck. It's either a top deck or a head explosion. Head explosion it is. GG! Alright, I do think that's going to wrap up today's video, though. Let's go ahead and break it down. Some final thoughts. And that's the games, everybody. I really hope you guys all enjoyed this a lot. I hope it was unique to you. It was something, like I said, I just kind of threw together on the fly, and it really came together. And so I hope it's unique. I hope someone else hasn't already done this idea, but the whole legendary, you know, tribal thing, this was kind of inspired by a deck I ran into on ladder yesterday during the stream. Some of you guys were there and maybe saw it. It had Questing Beast with Kaya. It also had like Pokernos and things like that, but so it's definitely different. But I thought this was a really cool idea, and I hope you all enjoyed this one. I'm not too sure exactly what I would change to the deck yet. I think maybe we do need to consider dropping some of these 4 CMC creatures down. I don't even know, are there any legendaries in this color that are, wait, did I type that right? Oh, I missed a G. Legendary. That happens a lot, guys. I'm a little tired. So if we go legendary and then we go 1 to 3 drops, let's just say 1 to 3 drops. So there are some things here. Let's take blue out of it. So yeah, there are some things here we could actually consider. We've got some 3-drop slots. We actually have some really good ones. Like Secret is actually pretty solid. So this actually might be worth considering looking over again and just checking out all of the legendary creatures, at least in the early drop slots. Like I said, we were a little slow. If that was the only that was pretty much the only downside to this deck, is we had a trouble getting started. And if a deck was fast enough, they beat us to the punch and we weren't able to find the removal tools, that's when we lost. But I'd like to say that our win rate, 11-3 is pretty solid. That's a pretty large sample size to go off of, and that's pretty good win rate. So I'm enjoying the deck. I'm not going to touch it right now, but if you have some thoughts on it down below in the comments, definitely let me know. Want to hear all your thoughts on the deck. If you guys end up playing it, let me know. I want to know how it goes for you. And I think that's going to, end the video here. I just want to give a quick shout out and thank you to all of you who are still here at the end of the video. Your support means the world to me, and it helps the video grow and get out to more people with the algorithm. So thank you so much if you stuck to the end of the video. And then a quick extra shout out to all of the people who have become members of the channel. I know yesterday on the stream we had some members on there, joining the membership. So thank you so much. That means more than you know to me. It helps support the channel so much, and just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I will see you guys on Monday. Peace.